Okay. Airship landing. Yep. Make some progress on the MSQ now. Pleasure to serve you again, madam. Are you ready to board the airship to Ilda? Ah, you must be the envoy from Gridania. Welcome to Ilda, madam. The Flame General awaits your arrival. Welcome to Ilda, madam. We have been expecting you. Flame General Reborn will receive you in the fragrant chamber. Please take the lift down to the hustling strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. Gridanian envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear, madam? My thanks. Ah, yes, the seal of the Elder Seer. Please proceed.
Tiens. Alors comme ça, l'émissaire de Gridania est une aventurière.
Ah, a guest from Gridania. I thought it smelled leaf mold.
Je vois que Canesena t'a choisi en fonction de ton potentiel, et non pas en fonction de tes origines. C'est tout à son honneur.
I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior of Can A says, this is a wonder you don't reek of decked exile.
Je me présente. Je suis Roban Aldin, général des Immortels, la grande compagnie d'Ulda.
Welcome to the Sultanate of Ulda. I am Roban Aldin, General of the Immortal Flames.
Quelle est la raison de ta visite?
But you did not come all this way for trade formalities. Ooh, look who is standing next to him. Cardinal. I remember bloody Cardinal. Do you know what happened that day, Adventurer, when we took the field against the Garleans? Some of my counterparts have educated you. Oh. Trust Melweb to make light of our war problem. Women always did have a black sense of humor. Wolves are bloodthirsty beasts upon which one cannot turn one's back. 'Tis only a matter of time before they bite. Soils of the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by the Legatus Solus Galvus, they swiftly brought the other nations in Ilzabar to heel. So the Legatus became an emperor, and his republic an empire. An empire which then set its lights on Eorzea. But the conquering emperor is now no man for 80 winters. His health is failing, and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders. And their commander, Legatus Gaius van Balsar, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us. Not only Ildal, but Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they need to summon. We are a realm divided, adventurer, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Guardian stir and the Admiral would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and the bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that is much is clear. For to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Can A will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good, sir. The Elder Seats here will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. Ah, my lady envoy, I trust your stay in this hotel has been pleasant. Now, if you do not mind my asking, if you perchance have plans to visit Limsa Lominsa in the near future. If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which I became acquainted with Baderon, proprietor of the Drowning Wench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job of a capable adventurer. I can think none better of the credentials than you. Baderon would doubtless be pleased if you would offer him your services. Alright. Last thing I need to do, get all the Aetherites here in this city, and coyotes are out tonight. And then do... what level is that? Oops. Yeah, I'm level 15. look, I have access to the golden saucer. I'll decide whether to unlock that by the time I hit level 50. As that'll be when I pick up Hildebrand. That's right. That's even better. Why spend money when it's free? Alright. Let's just build. Last one missing this. Oh, North Chart. That's why. Greetings, Cynthia. Brother Asumi to inform me of your coming. I assume it was you who purified the befouled water of the hedge tree. The joyous bubbling of the elementals was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both of them and myself, I thank you. Now, without further ado, let us speak of that which Brother Isumi sent you here to learn. I trust you did not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when your lesson this day concerns an element of water. One need not have studied botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Water is essential for carrying their nutrients in the earth from the tree's roots all the way to the very tips of its leaves. The precious liquid is lifeblood for the 12's wood. Without it, naught would grow. But should it rise in too great a volume, and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a crashing wave that washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all of nature is in balance. As Conjurer derives its power from nature, we must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt its state. Everyone must be mindful of the ceaseless tug of war embodying creation. This fruitful stalemate of the elements. Father Joaquin, are you about? I am here, sir. What has transpired? I heard a young antelope stags have gone berserk. I don't know what's got them so panicked, but there's no calming them now. The mad beast gored the soldiers and sent to shepherd them away from civilians to the elements, leaving us with a pile wounded over the Jocelyn Spire and not enough hands to stand it bleeding. We need a healer and fast. Curious. I sensed nothing amiss in the whisperings of elementals. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Apologies. I shall revisit these musings anon. Let us make haste. If matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear a number of injured may be rising as you speak. I doubt that we too will suffice. We must divide our forces. Sangithia, travel straightway to Jocelyn Spire and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavor to rally further healers and follow you after bearing what restorative unguents I can. You, sir, head to Stillglade Fen and beseech the aid of Brother Isumi. Yes, it is. Who are you? Conjurer, you say? Praise Nafika. You've come not a moment too soon. Sounds like you yet more wounded have just been carried in. Pray, offer what aid you can. I can breathe again. Thank you. These folks are a danger for the present, but I fear our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with the stag yet rages, and there are reports of yet more wounded. I bid you join the wood whalers and help them put an end to this. Seek them just off the road that leads to the northeast, and do not worry. My art should be sufficient to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go! Felt that. Conjurer from the guild. Well, tell Brother Isumi if you want. I don't care. I'm not going to stand and watch these people bleed to death. Come to lend a hand, have you? Quickly, fight is this way. Conjurer, your aid. Soldier needs my attention. Please help the other woodwellers. Stand firm! On your guard, there are more of them! Miss? I'm fine. Don't mind me. Pray tell me we're not too late. Sylvie, what have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Guildmaster, I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. My mother never did anything wrong. Cynthia, may I ask that you follow her, please? For my presence will only serve her to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the Guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. Same thing happened to her, losing her magic, I mean. And then she... Am I... going to die? This can't be happening. I... didn't think... Please. I need to be alone. Cynthia, you have returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sophie? I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature that we might bring about change. Earth, water, wind, healing. The principle is no different. For art of mending, we draw on the boundaries of life force of nature. We draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sophie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite. And now that which I feared most has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continuing use of her own healing skills. And Sophie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, even greater. Thus, it's not unexpected that she should reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I for one cannot bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think of a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the near future, Cynthia. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of the earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seed of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as a bringer of life, but you also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path. Like earth and wind and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself to even more closer to the elements and to nature. Neat. Yes. Okay, so 8, 6, 8, 7. I don't care about that. Okay. Cheaper to take. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever you like, class. I'll be with you in a... I'm back around, alright? Who's asking? Ah! Heard I've got a job for Cable Venture, you say? Well, you're bloody right. So you're fairly warned, though. Ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things liable to get downright bleeding airy. But if you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in on the details. Thank you for your time, for taking the time to help me out. Now, since I'm sure you're busy, I'll come straight to the point. Word has it that some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of Sastasha secret, and I need a trustworthy source to head up north of Airport and find out who their hell are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much I know. But it weren't so long ago that the Fishback pirates paid us an unwelcome visit, and folk are feeling a bit nervous. If we would permit me, Master Reborn, I would be happy to elaborate. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raynor? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving? Or just thirsty? Neither, in fact. I was informed you had requested an adventure to assist me in my investigation, and came to offer what information I could sift from recent reports. For the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Airport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks ago after my squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sastasha Sea Ground included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of Kurls had taken up their residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha again. But with the Sastasha testing with the Hagen testing our defenses daily, I'm loath to assign the task of the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation instead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it is settled. Sastasha is located in western Latinocea. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Mipella. She can be found at the ferry docks in the lower decks. You're the man. Good luck to you, lass. We all know how it feels to have so too many. That's why I'll not fault our patrons for what goes on our tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later, ranting and raving as they're drunk and heedless and somehow my fault. Take this impressive-looking general here. As often used as it seems to be, I've no doubt that its owner is tearing up the town searching for his prized possession. A stranger he was, a swarthy rogue and who enjoyed his drink, seemed to be getting on well with one of the regulars. Quentin, perhaps you could just still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I'll offer you for your drink, but last time I did that, Bader docked my wages. You're a brave woman or fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Limsa today with a slash of fisherman's bottom on the loose. You've not heard? There's a madman about. Why, he said he'd brandish his blade so long and sharp that he could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but he hasn't stopped the rumors from sending shivers up the spines of every alehouse in town. You're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps you can help with the investigation. Start with, you might want to look into that scream I just heard outside. Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights at the woods than in my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute, that bloody book. Why didn't you say sooner? The tight-house bastard drained 20 flagons and probably passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading to Airport. Aye, where else with this scurvy sop? Nemia, we're willing he'd still be stranded at the ferry docks, though gods know I won't be up me killed back. I won't let anyone listen. My blades! I must have my blades! What are you waiting for? It's him! The slasher! I brain him, toss him in the gallows and throw away the key. Oh god, I'm feeling his lifeless body to this shark's while I get. Just do something! Woe is me! What did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I saved every last gill from my husband's hard-earned wage, for growing new shoes, a new purse, something to eat, sometimes even food to our children. All anticipation of this day. What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of the world-renowned statistician in Limsa. My endless patience and self-control would be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fascist conscience Lominsa oohing and awing in admiration. Instead, I found myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead, have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. No matter what I say, all I receive are accusations and looks of horror. I swear this is not what it seems. Do you doubt me too, friend? Oh, the ignominy of it all! Of course you would take her side. For shame, is there not one sympathetic ear in this entire nation? An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms and a 21 cannon salute. Instead, I am branded a criminal, the tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from the person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last long in my weakened state. No, even as I speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breaths, I ask, I speak unto you 3 names. 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hananza of Nalik and Vilmelis, Guildmaster Beatin of Gordanian Carpenters Guild, and Severin of the Alchemist Guild in Udal. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Jandalin sent you. My soul is also restored and my name rightfully cleared. All of them, nay, the entire realm, will sing your praises. For I, Jandalin, am none other than the S. The S. Ugh. Jandalin sent you? Let me guess. The barmy fool's lost his tools. Pardon me. The appendages of his very soul again. And stashing and tossing like the end of days is nigh. Oh, that's an unfortunate foreshadowing. The man brings it himself. If he toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he'd save himself these misunderstandings. No, I've not a word of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity for indeed having to pay audience to his whinging. Any road, let's just shut him up for a while. Tell him if he loses these, I'll graft the next pair into his bloody hands. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure await. My journal. Why, I thought I lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Ha ha! Could you steal a glass's pages, perchance? No? A shame that. But this book contains, how might I say, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite an inspiring read if I do say so myself. Which I believe I just did. Ha ha! You have the air of adventure about you, one still untested. But take heart, even the most accomplished adventurer, and I shall speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams and sense. Were there's only someone for me to repay you. Oh, but of course! I have a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds? And with that I shall be offered, for adventure, and a flagon of 20 of the realm's finest ale. Calls me. Fare you well on moon journey, and next time you find yourself at the wench, do thank that Ellison fellow for his generosity. You hear about the Carpenter Rainer's investigation? You want to board a ferry bound for Airport. Once you arrive in Western Lanosea, you'll best pay a visit to the Hall of Novice before you blunder to Sastasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, then train you with the skills you need to face the dangers of Dali waiting for you in the Sea Ground. All on the way to Sastasha, just north of the airport. Head inside and one of the seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Face bound for airport. You coming with us? Ah, you must be the adventurer whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear here to brave the depths of the Sastasha Sea Ground. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone will be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need some companions. And you shall need the training we have here at the Hall of Novice to provide. I strongly suggest you study the fundamentals of a group combat if you're continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedules. Speak with him and you can register for the exercise tailored for your particular field of expertise. When you have mastered all the masters you have to teach, then there shall be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scouts at the north of the Sastasha Sea Ground and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty, not some daft sod out for a store. I can't take any more of this blasted wedding. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship that seems slipping around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activities ever since the vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that the men of questionable quality have been seen passing in and out of Sastasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see any of them myself, but this lot belongs to those fishback fancying serpent reavers. Well, you can imagine the panic it would cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll keep keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue-faced patoos. Alright. I think I'm gonna call up here.